Faye joins us now. Hi, Faye.
Hello, Faye.
Hey, how you doing? You've just missed Ollie Watkins coming out of the castle just behind me, signing autographs for all the fans that have gathered outside, German fans and England fans, by the way. And Conor Gallagher and Mark Gurhey have just gone into the castle to do their media interviews as well. It's been a very busy day. The world's media has descended on Blankenheim this afternoon, and it's been quite chaotic.
Yeah, it's interesting. Ollie Watkins, I mentioned earlier on that he said that he went and celebrated with the subs after he scored the other day, because he knows there are boys there who've not got on the pitch, and there's going to be a few at the end who won't see any game time in this tournament. But I know Gareth Southgate's been keen to sit down one-on-one with them, make them feel part of the squad, and that's maybe been part of the secret why they've made their way all to the final, that togetherness.
Yeah, without a doubt. 21 players have taken to the field. The 5 that haven't are the 2 goalkeepers, Dean Henderson and Aaron Ramsdale, and then Lewis Dunk, Joe Gomez and Adam Wharton. And whether we'll see any of those in the final, you know, I'm not quite sure. I think it would depend how the game is going, but unlikely, I would say. But he's made sure that they know that they're part of the team. And actually, if you look at their socials, they're all still posting and getting themselves involved and excited about the fact that they're going to be taking place in a final on Sunday. And Ollie Watkins has just spoken in the media just there about, in his press conference, about the importance of the substitutes and, you know, the togetherness that the group has still shown, and the importance of them all together, because they have to push the starters. They have to be ready and on their toes instantly, which, you know, you've seen. Cole Palmer and Ollie Watkins, within 10-15 minutes of them both coming on, combined to score that goal that took England into the final. And it's been vital, all of their contributions.
Just got to praise you, Faye, because there's been a lot of revisionism going on over the last few days. A lot of people deleting a lot of stuff off Twitter. A lot of people sort of changing their minds on different reactions they've had to Gareth Southgate and his team, whereas you have stuck with them all the way there. I don't know if you're tightly aligned to them, but you've been there, you've believed the whole way through.
Yeah, I said right at the beginning that I thought that they were going to go all the way and win it as well. Let's hope that I'm correct on the winning it part. But yeah, I always felt that a lot of the criticism that was levelled at Gareth Southgate and at the players was quite unnecessary and quite harsh. They weren't playing their best football. That is absolutely fair to say. But at the same time, it wasn't as if they weren't trying, and something needed to click. And when you've got half of a squad who've never been to a major final before, who relatively new to this England setup, additionally to that, you know, it's going to take a little while to do that. And we've seen in the past that England teams grow into tournaments, and I was just trying to urge a little bit of caution. So thank you for saying that, Charlie, because at times I felt as if I was banging my head against a brick wall and I was the only person who had a little bit of optimism for this final. But yeah, it is quite funny watching everybody do their little handbrake turns and now believe England can go all the way. But I don't care what anybody else thinks. I really hope that the team do go all the way for themselves, for the country, and for Gareth Southgate as well, and what he's done for England over the past 8 years.
It's interesting. Ollie Watkins has done the press conference today. It's been a mad 48 hours for him. There's features in all of the papers looking at his background, his family. We've been chatting to his under-9s team coach today, and it's just a moment. It's just a moment. I remember I spoke to David Platt years ago, and he said his career would have been anything like the career he had. He would never have gone to Italy. He wouldn't have got that notoriety unless he scored that goal against Belgium. Just in the blink of an eye. And maybe all those boys you mentioned, the ones who have not been involved, anything could happen. You know, God forbid Jordan Pickford gets injured. And Aaron Ramsdale comes on and saves the crucial penalty that wins it. Lewis Dunk scores from a corner. Yeah. Your life can just flip in an instant, can't it?
Yeah, it can, and it's interesting. Ollie Watkins was talking about Dean Henderson and that they've been chatting quite a lot, and he said that that's his best ever England moment, or best moment in his career, Dean Henderson said, when Ollie Watkins scored that goal. They've all played their part behind the scenes. Aaron Ramsdale in particular, with Jordan Pickford before every single game. He kicks his 5 volleys at him, helps him put on his gloves, and he's there. You know, he's one of the most vocal people on the substitute bench, Aaron Ramsdale, making sure that he's coaching throughout the game, giving a lot of encouragement from the sidelines, and they've all been involved in that as well. And Ollie Watkins knows it's so difficult. You know, so many of these players are regular starters for their club teams, and to come to a major tournament and not be able to start, is really difficult, but you've got to have a really strong mentality to do that. And he was just asked, actually, I mentioned that earlier on I'd heard there was a phone call onto one of the shows earlier on that was a National League South referee who said that he'd reffed Ollie Watkins when he was on loan at Western-super-Mare, and his eyes lit up when he heard that because he remembers his journey. It's really important. He says he tries not to look too far back or too far forward, which I think if you're a winner, that makes a lot of sense. But he said he manifested that goal the other day. He said one of his friends had told him that he just had a dream that he was going to score in a European final. He did it in the semi-final, so there's still time for him to score in the final on Sunday. But all of that hard work, all that dedication, and I can't tell you some of the conversation that he's just talking about in the press conference now because it's embargoed until 10:30 UK time. But some really funny anecdotes about his time for Western, playing against Ebbsfleet and various other teams, and what they did on the coach is just wonderful to listen to. They've all worked incredibly hard for this moment that they're going to take to the field and have on Sunday, and that they all just feel incredibly proud at the moment, and the support that they've had from their families as well is something that's come up in all the interviews that I've done over the past few weeks.
Nearly out of time, Faye, but just finally and briefly, you were around the team in this way in 2021 before the final. Does this feel any different? Is there a different feel to it? What do you think?
Well, there's more people here for sure. I mean, that was in COVID times, so it was really odd. We were quite distanced from the players as well. Had to interview them, with long microphone sticks and 2 meters distancing and things like that. Whereas now, we're sat on chairs next to each other. It's much more relaxed, and they're excited. But I think the difference, I would say, is probably the calmness. They were pretty calm 3 years ago, but there was almost a tiny bit of giddiness to 3 years ago because it was the first time that they'd achieved that. Yeah. And this just feels like it's the next natural step for them. And I've been asking all the players what they'd do if they won the Euros. Kyle Walker wants everyone to get tattoos. It has to be the same tattoo done by the same tattooist. Phil Foden, as you will have heard, wants everybody to have St George's flags on their hair. Ollie Watkins says he doesn't have any tattoos, but he likes Kyle Walker's suggestion if they do go ahead and do it. So yeah, I think they are fully focused, calm, and very much looking forward to making history on Sunday.
Well,
when he says everyone gets that, is that everyone in the country, or is that just the England team?
I think that's just the players.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't know, and maybe Gareth Southgate won't do that, but I will ask him that tomorrow.
Coach's tattoos. Enjoy the game, Faye, as much as you can. I know it's going to be tense and you're going to be working, but
thank you.
We look forward to hearing from you in the build-up to it. Thanks, Faye. Here we are. That's Faye Carruthers, our England correspondent there with the England squad. Well, Charlie, that is us.
Oh, I'm excited, Paul.
Same here.
I'm currently sitting on a draw and then a lottery.
I think we're in for a long, dramatic night. I think we'll go toe to toe with them and give them a good
we're 3-0 up at half time, Paul. You never know.
Cigar on.
Kane hat trick, half time. Let's go.
We'll be back with you on Monday. Hopefully, to celebrate a fantastic England victory in the European Championship final. Keep it talkSPORT. All the build-up is coming over the next 48 hours or so. Should be a sensational game. Let's hope they can finally bring it home. Come on, England. We'll see you on Monday. That was our look towards the big game, of course, with our very good friends at Carling, 18+. Please drink responsibly.
Paul Hawksby and Andy Jacobs, Monday to Friday afternoons 1 till 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.